Oh boy, here we go. At this point, I had given up on my hopes that the languid pacing was a sign that they were saving their quality for a big, important moment. Sometimes animated shows will have lower quality for their animation in less important episodes, so they can really pop off during the big moments to be more of a visual spectacle. It happens all the time with anime. A lot of Volume 5 was very unimpressive. Lazy, stilted, boring animation. For a while, I had really hoped maybe, just maybe, that was because they wanted to save their quality budget for the big finale of the volume. And after episode 10, with the cool lighting effects and Sun's gunchucks and everything, a tiny spark of hope sprang back inside of me. But then I watched as everyone slowly waltzed into the gigantic empty room with Lionheart, and watched as no one moved or reacted as the villains poured into the scene, and everyone sat still and didn't talk or move, and that spark of hope was extinguished like a candle. I've talked at length about RWBY's voice being the worst thing ever, but let's not sleep on how garbage, terrible Cinder's performance became during this volume.
Your sister was a recent addition. The lion, on the other hand.
Jessica Negri sounds lost, like she's reading her script for the first time as she's saying her words, and doesn't know what emotion she's supposed to be delivering, like she has no context or clue as to what's actually going on for her character. Now, I think Jessica Negri gets really, really good after this volume, getting exponentially better with each passing volume from here on out. So I can only believe this was a failure on the director's part, giving her no clear idea for what her performance should be. Oh, don't worry, I'll get to you. Watching everyone pair themselves off with their one designated fighter is silly. It immediately becomes clear that the animators were overwhelmed by the abundance of characters in this scene. Characters vanish from behind each other, the size of the auditorium shifts and changes wildly, characters teleport around, telling me there was no consistency being checked between the animators' scenes. Animators who were already rushed and struggling to pump out action scenes, which typically takes a lot more time and effort than talking scenes, with no time or budget to be found to help them. Lionheart's shield is tiny and looks really dumb. This is one of the ugliest effect animations I've ever seen in the show, and it's a dumb excuse for a weapon. Weiss suddenly becomes a moron and can't fight just to give us a pointless cliffhanger. Oh no, will one of the main characters die? No, obviously not. She's not even bleeding a lot or anything. As far as critical hits our main characters have suffered from, this is definitely the lamest. We get Ruby and Emerald casually chatting while Ruby lazily twirls her plastic toy around and magically deflects all of Emerald's bullets. All the while, Emerald does absolutely nothing to better her aim or anything. A perfect encapsulation of how little care the creators put into this volume right here. The best part of the episode, honestly, it's really funny, but not because they wanted it to be. The whole volume is just a rotting black hole when it comes to its attempts at comedy. I've made that abundantly clear. But here, this buffoonish mess of disasters is actually funny. Like how The Room is funny. It's a laugh riot watching characters have a whole conversation while pathetically swinging their weapons around. It cracks me up seeing the animation from the opening being weirdly tossed into the middle of the action, not even trying to hide how many corners they're cutting. It's funny how pathetically bad this finale is, because if you don't laugh, you're just gonna cry. The worst part of the episode, Jaune!
I'm gonna make you pay for what you did! Do you hear me? All with that damn smile on your face! Stop messing with me! No!
Jaune fully ascends into being the worst waste of screen time who I hate. Oh my god, you gigantic drama queen, shut the hell up for 7 seconds. Yes, Miles, you are very talented. Wowee, listen to you acting your little ass off. Wow, you sure can scream and cry. We're all so impressed. Now can you please put the obnoxious character you happen to voice away for a second so a single other character can get to emote at all? That's the thing that really grinds my gears. Not that Jaune is a caterwauling mess, it's that he's the only one who gets to be a special little snowflake. No one else gets to have a reaction to Cinder, the girl who killed Pyrrha? Not even, oh, I don't know, Ruby? The girl who actually saw Pyrrha die? Nora and Ren have no reaction to the killer of their friend/teammate. What about the other nerds? Yang isn't shocked to see Mercury? Last she saw this kid, she was questioning her mental state because she had turned his kneecap into a casserole. No one's reacting to Emerald? The girl who they all thought was their friend? Does anyone want to do anything? No? Just Jaune? Just Miles's special little boy he happens to voice and write for? Sure. Even during the fight, Cinder forgets entirely about her grudge against RWBY. Literally, the thing that made her want to come here in the first place. To instead tease Jaune with personalized insults. Because I guess Cinder cares enough about Miles's special voice boy or something. She's stepping on your armor. This shouldn't be stopping you. Hell, all you did was trip. What a worthless, pathetic, stupid loser you are. Volume 5 Jaune is the worst. This lands at number 12 on my list. Yes, you see that right. One of these last few episodes is gonna be worse than this one. Oh boy, I can't wait.
It's Brittany, bitch. And I am back. In the form of a new company, the Michael Scott Paper Company.
So, what I'm doing is I'm going to be reviewing a new episode of RWBY every day for the month of October. There's a handy-dandy playlist of all the episodes in order, and a playlist from last year where I covered volumes 1 through 3. I hope you all have fun with the series. If you want to see the next episode a day early, consider becoming a patron. On that note, shout out to my $10 patrons. You're all amazing. Andrew, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, Classy Critic, Noah Perkins, Sunny Shy, Jake, Amber, Hype Man, Isaiah, Scaring Crows, Not All That Evil, Holly, Boy Howdy Boy, Jacob, Ben Sketchbook, Rain, Omega Fighter, Trash, Wild Pilot, Josh, Twisty, Juan, Bunkin Duncan, Lycan99, Hoodie Angel, Ranger, Hut Mutt Butt, Cloudy Days, The Enigma, C1 Trooper, Sean, Primo Rune, Steve, and Overhypen.